everybody. We are live here in Anaheim, California at the KUPA Training Center for our weekly Facebook Live. I'm Elaine Watson and I'm your host today. I'm actually sitting in the hot seat and out of the tech seat because for you, I have a very special guest. Today, we are going to be talking about the ins, the outs, the ups, the downs of taking care of that Efile, the most important tool that all of us use. And so today as our guest, we have Dr. Erin King.
Hi, Elaine.
Hi.
Hi, everyone.
I call her doctor because to me, and I'm sure any of you who rely heavily on your Efile, my Efile is my most important tool. And the minute something goes wrong, you drop it or it dies, your world ends. And so Erin is the one that when you send your e-files in to get repaired, serviced, or warranty checkups, is carefully and lovingly taking care of our babies. So I call her Dr. Erin, and I'm not going to quit for Facebook Live.
That's great. Now I need a white coat.
Yeah, we have to get her a white lab. So, Erin.
Yes.
Dr. Erin is in the
la.
house.
Yes.
I am really excited to be interviewing you today because this is what I have always wanted to see. I have never, ever, ever, ever dared to touch, open, take apart my e-file, even in my most dire moments when I thought maybe I could do it.
I am so glad to hear you say that because once you start getting curious, bad things happen.
Oh, completely, because
especially if you don't know what you're doing, okay?
And nobody knows what they're doing other than you.
Well, I mean, there's a few other people.
There's only a few other, which actually takes me into our first thing we're going to talk about.
Okay.
So, other than you, who are these authorized dealers that know how to fix one of these beautiful bad boys?
Well, we have an entire page devoted to our authorized repair centers.
Mm-hmm.
Now, they actually take a class in Cosmoprof in Vegas. We have those once a year, and they come in. It's an 8-hour class, and we make them take apart, put it back together, take it apart, put it back together in the proper.
Kind of like rifle training in the military.
Pretty much, it has to be. So once they finish the class, everybody gets a certificate, and we put them on our website.
Okay.
Not all of our customers are in California. We have people in Ohio, Missouri, Florida, all over the country. So we try to make it more convenient. So say you're in Florida, it makes no sense for you to send it to California.
Yeah.
We have a center in Florida.
And that's time saving too.
Exactly.
Because of course, it's going to spend more time in the mail.
And on postage.
Coming to California.
And then once we get it here, it'll sit on our shelf for, a few days before we actually get to it. So.
Good point. So, of course, if they can't find an authorized dealer in their area, ship it to Dr. Erin.
Exactly.
And
ship it to us.
Our address is on our website at KUPAinc.com. And I know Rachel's in the chat. Everybody say hi to Rachel. She's always there helping. She will also post that link, as well as where on the website there's a link, contact us. I think we figured it out.
Yes,
where
on the
they can
homepage,
find the authorized dealers.
On the very bottom of the homepage, you'll find the repair form. Fill that out. Print it out, put it in a box with your e-file.
Yeah, we're going to get to that in a few.
And send it to the address provided.
All right. You already have people tuning in as far away as Australia, I hope.
Hi, Australia.
Yeah, my friend Caroline Morgan is here. Ashley Ferris, I want to say hi because she's always tuning in every week. She's becoming a regular. I missed you last week. Of course, Linda Lamb, one of our educators, is in the chat room, so she's there to answer any nail-related questions, because today it's all about Erin and the crazy machines. So let's talk about when they do send it in.
Okay.
The what nots to do and the what's to do.
Okay, what to do. Go to the homepage, fill out the repair form. If you can't download and print, I understand. Just copy down your name, address, email, phone number. It's very important. We need to keep in contact with you. Package your e-file correctly. Now let's not package it in these lovely
cover the names. Cover the names.
Do not send it in to
what she's showing. Yeah, use that one. What she's showing right now.
I don't care if it's padded.
What not to do.
I don't care. Do not send it in.
I'd like to just say, if you're sending your handpiece in this lovely, skinny, barely padded piece, you don't love your handpiece like I love my handpiece.
Right.
Because would you send your most precious, fragile Hummel piece?
No.
I don't know what, like crystal glass, drinking wine glass in this?
No.
Yeah, and I hate to tell you that the postage people don't treat
No,
these nice and special either.
Exactly.
So how should they? Let's have an idea of what you should be doing.
Put it in a box.
Yeah.
Any box, and make sure it's padded. Pad it with newspaper. Pad it with your junk mail. I don't care.
Send Erin your leftover magazine.
You know what? I dig the old grocery store ads from the back east. I do. I'll be like, wow, this is crazy.
Write her a long letter and just crumple it up and
Right.
stick it all in. I hope
dig
you
it.
love my
I
e-file. Take
do.
good care of it.
Yes.
The better you entertain her, you probably
Yes. I'll be like,
get
check
love
this
back.
out right here.
Get love back.
Yeah.
Yeah. So make sure, don't trust that those postage companies are going to send and take care of your stuff. Because all I just picture is these getting thrown around like footballs. Which brings me to talking about warranties, because before we get into the anatomy part, I really want to touch on the fact that the warranty is so important, because the minute they do anything, what happens?
Voids the warranty.
Yeah.
And that means money coming out of your pocket.
Yeah. So don't touch it, open it, don't do anything. Otherwise, warranty is gone.
Correct.
Which is, I'm saying this right now and I'm really reiterating it because today we're going to show you the guts. And if you do any of this and you have a warranty, you're going to void it. So I'm going to say it one more time. Don't open your handpiece if you have a warranty, because the minute you do, you're voiding your warranty. I've said it enough times, hopefully. Hopefully. So tell us about the difference between manufacturer's warranties and our extended warranties, and other than taking apart, any other voids.
Okay, so every e-file comes with our standard manufacturer warranty. Basically what that means is if you open it up, you plug it in, you go to turn it on, no power. And you're sure you charged everything's connected correctly, still no power, that would be a manufacturer defect, okay? Or if you try to open it, like I said, within 30 days something goes wrong, that's usually a manufacturer defect. Okay? Now, what is not a manufacturer defect? If you had it for 60 days and all of a sudden it gets hot, or it's bogging down, or you break a bit inside, and I know every nail tech has broken a bit inside their e-file. Okay? Do not try to remove it. Okay?
Yeah.
Do
We
not.
got a phone call just 2 days ago. Somebody going, how can I get a broken bit out of the collet?
You send it to me, and I will deal with that. Okay? Those
Okay.
things. All right? You drop it in water, you drop it in liquid. That's not a manufacturer defect.
No.
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 Mm-mm.
Just a little bloop, 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 bloop. No.
I mean, I've had customers call me and say, "Oh, my client's child dropped it on the floor." Well, that's still not a manufacturer defect.
No, that's not.
So,
anything that we cause, basically.
Right. Any kind of unnecessary trauma, not under.
We have a lot of people saying hi, and I want to interrupt her, but I want to make y'all feel unloved. Hi, Johnny, who specifically asked me to say hi. Sarah Kuzman's in the house.
Ooh, Sarah.
And Lucy, yes, you're right. It would be best to send it back in the original box. So keep that packaging. Now, we're talking about the warranties. How often should they be getting a tune-up, a checkup, especially in that first year while it's under warranty?
Okay, I would say every 6 months to a year. I mean, regardless if you're using it every day or if you only use it twice a week. Okay, here's the thing.
Yeah.
Bearings dry out if you don't use them. You use it constantly, they're going to get full of powder. That's just the name of the game. Okay, there's no other e-file that's indestructible as far as my knowledge.
Yeah.
So if you want to maintain proper, usage and maintain the cost, if you want to keep the cost down, send it in every 6 months.
Yeah. Just get it tuned up. I like to say, think of it like this. If you're working a full day, 5 days a week or longer, most of these people are, you're probably using your e-file like 6 to 8 hours a day. I mean, how often do any of us drive our car for 6 to 8 hours a day? But we take our car in for a tune-up.
Right.
So it's kind of a no-brainer. You should send it in. Let Erin give it a little doctor love. Clean it up. Should be good as new. And that will also probably help prevent the unexpected breakdowns, right?
Right. And, you know, major services as well.
Now, I know, too, we offer extended warranties.
Yes.
And you know a lot about those.
I talk everybody into getting these. These are wonderful. We sell them in 1, 2, and 3 year increments, $60, $80, and $100. Now, that covers everything, all incidentals, dropping it, liquid and powder inside. I mean, you accidentally are dragging it behind your car. I'll cover it. You know, I mean, these things happen.
So the extended warranties are for if you don't want to be super loving.
Right.
And you are going to be a little bit of a bull in a china shop. Get the extended warranty.
Right.
Cover yourself.
Right. You know yourself. You know if you're hard on your equipment.
Yeah.
I would suggest.
I will guarantee you every nail technician has dropped their handpiece once. I try to always grab it by the cord just before it hits the floor, but it happens. Murphy's Law.
It happens.
We drop it.
You know?
I love it and I drop it.
And we can tell. We can tell what you've done. Every drill or Efile tells a story.
I want to remind everybody, too, if you have questions for Erin, make sure you put it in the chat because I'm going to keep watching it while Erin's talking to y'all so that I can get your questions in front of her. I know you probably have a lot of questions because we're going into uncharted territories for us. I know we are for me, and I've been dying to get to this part. Warranty card. Now, when they buy a new Passport, UPower, or any of our machines, there's a card in the box, right?
Correct.
So.
You can either fill that out, send it in, there's no postage due on your part, or you can fill out one online.
Easy peasy.
Easy peasy.
I actually saw the one online. You actually go into the shopping cart and it feels like you're buying it, but you're not. It's free.
Right.
And you click a few things and voila, you have the warranty card so you can fill it out and send it in. And it's a brilliant thing to do.
Right. And that's regardless if you got it at a distributor or directly from us.
Now, my next question I'm going to hold because we're going to unbox at least a machine. Because my next question is going to be, when they're filling out the warranty, they need to put the serial number and information in it so we know, so it's registered, correct? So maybe if we just get to unboxing one, I'm going to show it to my camera and then I'll let you show it to yours because I don't want to mess up what you got going on right here. So this is our Manny Pro Passport in red. And we chose this one to unbox today because it has a KP55 handpiece. The KP60 that we're selling with the Passport is a brand new handpiece and it's much smaller, but Murphy's Law, we've been selling a lot of these, and so we know there are a heck of a lot more of you with the KP55 handpiece than with the KP60. So when we get to anatomy, it's going to be with the KP55 handpiece. So I'm going to give this to Dr. Erin. We're going to unbox it. I'll slide this out of your way. And pull it my way. Yeah, your camera. Okay. So, Dr. Erin, show us what's in that beautiful box. And, we are just in time for the Christmas holidays.
Christmas.
So what a great gift this would make for somebody.
Right?
Tell your family, send me one for Christmas. I want one.
Okay, first you're going to see 2 boxes inside a box. The smaller one will be your handpiece. Okay.
And this is all the kind of stuff you want to save.
And they all come with the new Easy Off mandrel.
Yeah, and the new Easy Off mandrel, and you get some sanding bands with it.
This is your handpiece, okay?
Can show it to that one. Look it up close. Yep. So this is the KP55 handpiece, and actually, while she's holding that up, I'm going to visit her with the KP60 handpiece. See the difference in the size? The new handpiece that comes with the Phantom is a wee bit smaller and a wee bit lighter. And so today, the anatomy we're going to be showing is with the handpiece Erin has, which is the KP55.
Right. So back to the warranty card where they want you to fill out the serial number. You will find that it is on the back side of the handpiece. And it says by KUPA Incorporated, and you'll see a series of numbers. That would be
so just right there.
Right. That'll be the serial number for the handpiece. Okay.
You need that for your registration.
You do need that. We want to keep your records all together. It's kind of like Elaine said, when you maintain your car, when you get your oil changed, you just have that sheet of paper. about how many times you take it in. Okay, and then the other box here we have the control box.
Now, I want to make a comment about this because I get asked questions all the time about how small our boxes are because, you know, e-files have evolved. When we first started using e-files, I'll say back in the 90s when I was doing nails, you know, they were tabletop boxes and they were really big. And a few times people have asked me, because these are so small, are they like just portable machines, like not professional machines? So while she's holding that little box, I want to say, think of it like technology and TVs. They were big and fat, and now they're getting smaller and smaller because technology is just getting smaller and smaller. So what you have in this machine is still the same packed power that comes in those ancient tabletop machines, but portable because you can clip it on your waistband and walk wherever you want.
Right.
And it's fashionable.
You go to station to station.
It's fashionable.
Right.
You got all kinds of colors. You could have like a whole bunch of different machines and wear them and match your outfit. So I'm going to check, while you keep showing what's in that box, I'm going to look at the questions and see if I have anything for you.
Okay, and going on to the serial number with the box, it's underneath this yellow tab that says stop. And it says, do not use while charging. Keep note of that. Okay?
Yeah, very important. It's kind of like if you overcharge your, you know, mobile devices, you keep it plugged in all the time and you kind of wear down your battery.
Right.
So you should not be using your machine while it's plugged in. I have a question for you. Marlene Cano wants to know, can you use a newer handpiece with an original Mani Pro? My hand hurts with the original handpiece. So she's asking basically, can we use the KP60, which is smaller, with the she's calling it original Mani Pro though. I don't think she's saying
if it
Mani
has
Pro
3 prongs, okay,
I'll
like
show
that.
Richard's camera.
Okay, like this. If it has 3 prongs, you can use this handpiece with any
3-prong
control box. Right.
But if you have a control box that doesn't have 3 prongs,
then you can't.
you're SOL. Yeah, here. Oh, whoops. Forgot. This is, you put yours away. Show that one.
Okay.
Okay. So, see the
As
3
you can see, there's
piece,
three holes.
Here,
Let's see.
demonstrate.
Okay.
So, also while we're talking about it,
Voila.
Danielle Rios, I'm going to butcher names, you guys. I'm infamous for being bad at names. Danielle is asking, are there any other differences in the 55 versus the 60 other than size and weight?
Size and weight. Yes, that was about. There's a few other differences, but as far as the nail techs go, a lot of my older clients per se like the new 60 because it is smaller and more.
It's lighter.
It's lighter and it's easier for them to keep their motion going.
Yeah. But I'd say the rest of the differences are going to be inside that only you know, not
It's really
them.
technical and it's really like no big difference.
I have one, Ashley, saying red's her favorite. It's kind of one of mine too. I have the red and I have the white and I really want the Tiffany. Can we call in and make sure our registration went through?
Yeah, you
sure,
can.
why not?
Sure.
Call in, ask Liz, ask Daisy. They'll be happy to answer your question.
Usually if they do it online, it will be emailed to them. So they'll get an email confirmation.
Ooh, this is a good question because this is one I hadn't even thought of in prepping today. I have a white passport and bought the 3-year warranty and just recently purchased the Phantom. Can I transfer the remainder of my warranty to my new e-file? That comes from Cassandra Hancock Bean.
Good question. Unfortunately, we are not able to do that at this time.
No, because remember, you're putting the serial number.
That warranty is designated to that white passport.
Yeah. But you're lucky you have 2 because, like, I used to use one for pedicuring, one for manicuring. I actually, honestly, I'm not doing pedicures, but I'm using one for my dogs and one for Elaine. So it's good to have 2, and you still want that warranty on the white one because if you did drop it, break it, drag it, carry it, you want to be covered.
And it's great that you have a backup e-file now.
Yeah. So I think that's good on the questions, and we finished unboxing yet?
No,
we got a little more to go.
Yeah, okay, so it also comes with the charger. Now it's very important not to use another kind of charger from another brand or anything. It needs to be the same one. If something happens to this, give me a call. We have replacements. What happens if you use something that's different voltage? It'll either overcharge the battery, which is not good, or undercharge the battery, and that's also
and you won't know. And I have to admit, I'm guilty of such things. I gave away a cord. I lent a cord to my friend Marion Newman, who has one of my 2 babies at this moment because she wanted to borrow it. So it's off in the UK having a vacation. And I couldn't find a cord recently, and I might have used a UV lamp cord. And I know I was being bad, and honestly, I'll never do it again. It was naughty of me. Yeah, I won't do that again.
Yeah.
Because you're right. And it's the same. We all know this because of our mobile devices. We overcharge our mobile devices, and everybody's going, it doesn't hold a charge. It doesn't hold a charge.
Well, that's because you're not using your iPhone charger when you have an iPhone. You're using that 7-Eleven one.
Oh,
I know it's cheaper. Go to Amazon. Get the correct cord.
Yeah. Okay. So, Johnny is saying the passport has a problem with the cord. It stops very often. But moving the cord and making it work again, can I send it to you and get it fixed?
Yes. That sounds like that there's a short in the cord somewhere.
Send it to Dr. Erin.
Very simple.
Yeah.
Very simple.
What else we got? Anything else in there? I think we have one more piece in there.
We do. It's a holster.
Yeah.
Where is it?
Yeah, don't worry about it. Okay, we gotta show, no, let's show this. We still have to show this. We gotta show everything. Okay, so this holster is really important because, and I think we still should put it on here, because this is what's gonna make you portable. Right there, here, stick it in there, and we'll use my handpiece just to put in the holster. So yeah, if you're gonna be wearing it on your waistband, you wanna carry it around, it's great. You've got a belt clip, you've got the holster. Just be careful when you're wearing it on your waistband, you don't knock it out of the holster, because that's a good way of dropping your handpiece too. All right, so that's it unboxed. Let me get all that out of your way. And we're gonna get into now my favorite part. I've been dying to get to because I've been dying to see what's inside this bad boy. We are now going to get into anatomy class. With Dr. Erin. I think some of these have moved. And let's just make sure we all center on camera. Production, if it's not, let us know. So, before Dr. Erin gets into this again, I am going to say one more time, that if you have a warranty right now and you take apart your handpiece and all of this stuff falls out, and you can't get it back together, you're gonna void your warranty, and we can't help you with that. So just make sure that you don't take apart your hand pieces, and don't let anybody else, don't let your husband, don't let your small motor repair guy, don't let anybody take it apart. And we've purposely taken it apart without showing them how to take it apart.
Right. Okay.
Because we want to help you save yourself.
Yes, because there was a lot of small, intricate parts.
I can't, like, looking at it right there, honestly, from a layman's point of view, I don't even know what is what part of it. Like, where is the handpiece and all that?
Okay, so let's have that.
Let's show.
Okay, so
like,
that's the complete handpiece
This
right
is
there.
Oh, I want to get it on the overhead. Let's put it there. This is what all of that became.
Okay, so there are 5 major parts.
Okay. 5.
Okay.
There's a lot
so
more
we're
than
going to
5
start
there.
with the nose cone, which is pretty important to the nail tech. This is where they grip, they hold it, and that's where they get their techniques from.
Yeah, your balance.
Okay. All right, there's that. And then next will be the Collet Assembly. Now this right here holds and rotates your bits.
So that's what's inside the nose cone.
Yes.
And when you put a bit in there, it's basically going into that
Correct.
piece.
That's what opens and closes and holds it.
Okay.
Okay. Now this part is part of the housing, but I took this apart because this is one of the major problems that people have when they take it apart. Okay?
What she's showing you right here is basically the chuck, the area that is the chuck.
The part
Where
that
you
opens and
unlock
closes.
and lock. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get back to that, and I'll teach you all how to open
Yeah.
properly. Okay. Next will be the motor housing. Okay, this houses the motor
Okay.
and holds the locking mechanism. And this awesome part right here is the motor itself. Ooh, this is the power.
That's what makes
Efile.
KUPA's Efile so awesome.
Awesome. And it's attached to the cord. So the cord, again, very important part of your Efile.
I want to
Okay.
save you from, because, oh, no, that was part of it.
Yeah,
I
that's
thought
part
it
of
fell
it.
off.
Okay, so now that we have that all figured
That's
out.
the 5 part.
Okay, that's the 5 parts. Now, once, say your husband's going to clean this out for you.
Oh.
Do you let your husband touch your Efile?
Um,
Correct.
They always want to touch our toys.
Right.
Like the day I got an airbrush, the day I got an e-file.
They all wanna play.
Anything that plugs in the husbands want to touch, they shouldn't be allowed to touch this.
Correct.
Right?
Because a lot of the times, everything will go smooth for them. See, this is how you open and close. Okay, there's a red and a white dot that you match up. Okay. Well, you know how powder builds up in there. And they're going to be like, oh, I want to unscrew the nose cone. Well, once you unscrew the nose cone, you don't know that the locking mechanism is spring loaded. So any little twitch, these parts go
I see.
flying
I have like
out.
a cartoon in my head of when you open it, just stuff going flying like a cartoon.
Right. So these, if you can look in the overhead, these 4 parts right here, these 2 ball bearings, this spring, and this cam
Oh my god.
go shooting out.
I just want to say good luck finding those.
Yeah. I
Good
have
luck.
so many
I can't
people-
find an earring back.
I
can't
was
find those.
cleaning it and something happened. I don't know what happened. I lost these parts. And that's when you got to talk to me and
Dr. Erin. Come clean with Dr. Erin.
Yeah.
Trust me. You can't go, I don't know what happened. They
They
should
wasn't
be
in
there,
there.
but
Wasn't
they didn't
in
just
there.
jump out by themselves.
right. Okay. So that's the major parts.
Okay.
Okay.
Ooh, questions are already starting to come in. I have one that kind of relates to this area you were just
Okay.
in anyways. Marlene Cano says sometimes her bits get stuck in the handpiece and it's hard to take them out. Something building up in there?
It sounds like either something's building up or did maybe somebody drop.
Oh, it could be that too. So it could be out of whack.
Right.
So answer to your question, Marlene, is it probably needs Dr. Erin.
Right. Because
Yeah.
yeah, like this is the part you're having issues with the collet.
Call it.
Yeah.
That's the piece that you barely can see at the very end that holds the bit.
Correct.
Okay. Awesome. All right. So moving on, what's next in this anatomy class?
Okay, so I basically broke down, here, let's get this out of the way. I broke down the Collet Assembly because this is mostly, when you send it in, we're working on this
Okay.
part mostly.
Okay.
So I broke it down. Now, what happens when there's too much powder or too much liquid getting inside?
Okay.
The first thing that's the powder and the liquid's gonna hit are the dust shields.
Oh.
Okay. Now that will help you for a good, I don't know, 3 months, I would say, keeping that stuff out.
Okay.
Okay. But it will build up on top of that. And now that's protecting the first bearing.
Ooh.
First bearing is the most common one that we have to change.
Okay.
Okay.
The dust hits it first.
Right. So, but at the same time, dust is building inside the collet shaft.
Okay.
All right. And these parts.
Which sounds like a good way a bit could get stuck too.
Right. So if you have too much liquid,
There
too
you
much
go,
powder, you could have jammed it up.
Yeah. Now, assuming people may not know what a bearing is, because you never know.
Okay.
What is that bearing made up of that makes it? I mean, like, what's its job that's so important that if dust gets there, it's a no-no?
Basically, it's a ring and a ring, and there's little tiny balls inside that are smaller than this. Okay.
Oh.
Smaller than that.
Uh-huh.
If you can see, if you can zoom in on that.
Okay.
Okay, that's in there. Now, this rotates like really fast. It
Fast.
goes 30,000 RPM.
I was just gonna say we're at 30,000 RPMs at the height. So the ring inside the ring is spinning on these balls.
Correct.
And
now, what happens when you're spinning, and there's something in there? It's gonna slow down.
Yeah.
And then your RPMs is not gonna stop. It's just gonna keep going and going and forcing its way, creating friction. So there's your heat problem if you have a heat issue.
Okay. Good to know. So, keeping dust from getting as deep as there, part of maintenance, taking care of it, getting it updated and cleaned out and visited. Okay. And then after that, you have another bearing, it looks like.
Yes, this is the rear bearing.
Okay.
You want to keep everything as evenly as possible.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Now, if there's powder or liquid in this one, you're doing something.
You submerged
You
it.
are, yeah, because you have all of this stopping. Okay, that you even have the spindle here, you know. The front part of the spindle will take a lot of hit too. So if you're you need regular maintenance. And maybe if 6 months is not, maybe 3 months would be better for you. You know, depending upon the products that you're using.
Yeah.
You know.
Good point. Now, you're hitting on some problems and causes, and I feel like while these are open, this would be a good time to talk about some of the problems and their causes. Because you keep saying liquids, and when we were prepping for the Facebook Live, I kept going, well, like monomer is not getting near there. No, you enlightened me something even better.
Right.
What liquids are we talking about?
Sanitation.
Yeah.
How do you sanitize your carbides?
Water, soap, then disinfectant, then water, soap again.
Correct. Now, a simple rub on a towel, it's dry to the touch, right?
Yeah.
Well, if you look at your carbide, you see all those little grooves in there. There's, you know, minuscules of moisture. And when you put it in the collet and you tighten it up and you turn it on, that thing's going, 20, 30,000 RPM. Who here's all seen the Dyson commercial?
Oh, yeah, you see
It's spinning so fast, it's just crawling up the...
So it's like a vacuum and it's pulling the moisture into the handpiece.
Right, and that all builds up. And if it's sitting in there, it's not going to dry. I mean, everything's all closed, compact together.
Yeah. I was shocked when you said how long exactly you should wait after sanitizing and disinfecting your bits before putting them in the machine again. And what was your answer?
24 hours.
24 hours.
Right.
Like right now, every nail tech that's watching us right now going, I don't have 24 hours.
I understand that. That's why you should probably get a second or third set of carbides or diamond or whatever you use.
One of our educators, Ann Chang.
Oh.
Fabulous, smart young lady.
Great.
She suggests, and I agree, having a set for each customer and just do all of your disinfecting at the end. So, have a bunch of bits ready to go. And then at the end of the day, if you do all your disinfecting at the end of the day, not only are you going to save time, but you're not going to risk moisture getting into that handpiece. I recommend you do it with your manicure implements too, just since we're on it, because, we sell them. You could buy, 8 sets of implements and have nippers and do everything at the end of the day instead of 10 minutes after every customer. So liquids was a shocker for me.
Right. I know everybody, when I say liquids to the customers, are like, well, I don't use gel. Well, I'm not talking about.
Yeah. I know. I'm just going to check and make sure I'm not skipping over any questions. What can we do to keep it dust-free without taking it apart? Okay, first of all, we don't want you to take it apart. So you're right. How do we keep it dust-free?
Okay, so Ann Chang, I work on her
I learned
files
this
all
one
the
from
time.
her, too.
I love it. She's
meticulous.
Yes, and she takes very good care of her. We could all learn from her.
We could learn from Ann.
Okay, so here I am. I'm doing your client, blah, blah, blah. Before I take out the bit, if you all notice, pretend this is a bit in there. Okay. Take a manicure brush, dust it all off.
Yeah.
Okay. Then go ahead and do your switch, because like I was explaining yesterday, how many bits do you use on one person? And you're just constantly changing and changing and changing.
Yeah.
Okay.
And every time you pull a bit out, if there's dust on there, you're probably pushing the dust back in the collet.
Or if you don't clean it, you put another. Yeah.
And you probably have dust on your fingers, and you touch the shank of the bit, and you put that in there, and you're getting dust inside.
Right.
Dust is bad, 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 bad. Especially gel dust.
Oh, yeah.
Gel dust is like talcum powder. Mm-hmm. It's so fine. Mm-hmm. All right. So, just because you kind of touched on it, tell us about the bit that's not a bit and why that piece is so important.
The blank, okay, this is very important, especially for transportation. A lot of nail techs, they don't keep their e-files at work. Okay, so for storage purposes, traveling purposes, we always send it with the blank because it'll keep the integrity of the collet. Now, the collet's one of the most expensive parts of your e-file. Okay. And as far as bits go, if you say accidentally drop it, it's better to have something in it than not in it.
Really?
Yes. Because if you look at the collet, if you can get a close up on this, there are little slats. Okay.
Oh yeah, I see them.
Okay, they're little slats.
They're basically going the length right here.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so if there's nothing in there and you drop it, and this weighs, a good 8 ounces or so, you hit it just right, this is gonna bend, and there goes $50 out of your pocket.
And so if there was a blank bin inside, all of those pieces would be together and they wouldn't collapse.
Or if you had a carbide in there, and I always say use carbide, not stainless steel, because stainless steel bends. You don't want that either.
This was shocking to me too, because we had these prep conversations, and you're right. I didn't realize that there was such a difference between stainless and carbide beyond keeping the grit of it sharp and cutting. I never thought about the fact that the shank would be so important. That stainless is a softer metal, and those are the ones you said are more likely to bust off.
Carbide will give a clean break, and that's what you want. Okay, you want a clean break, because if carbide bends, it's going to bend your collet, and then that in turn is going to bend your spindle.
And the stainless bends.
Yes, the stainless.
The carbide, it's better because it clean breaks.
Right.
Awesome. I never even thought about it. I'm curious. We didn't discuss yesterday. Is there anything special for us to know about ceramic bits? Now, we don't sell them, and I want to say from a nail tech's perspective that there's controversy as to whether or not they can truly be sanitized, and that's why we haven't put them out. But I'm wondering, have you seen or has a machine come back with one stuck in it or anything? Do you have any opinions on it?
Well, we've had a limited amount of, it's about, I'd say, 3% come back with ceramic bits actually broken in there. But it does have a clean break, so that's okay. But there is a problem with the sizing of the shaft on the ceramics.
Oh, and we haven't talked about
It's not a true 3/32, we found out. So, I mean, there's a lot of companies out there. Basically, you run the risk of, not having a proper fit.
Is the shank bigger or smaller?
Smaller. Can be smaller, and some are bigger. Now, you need a true 3/32, otherwise your collet's not going to lock around that.
Okay. So quality of bits also matter in consistency of the size of the shank. And maybe because they're wondering, do our machines take other shank sizes?
Not at this time, just the 3/32.
Which is the standard. I find everywhere you buy. This is fascinating.
Ooh,
Dr. Erin, they like you.
I hope so.
Rhonda Rodriguez says she doesn't have a KUPA e-file. I'm so sorry for you, but take advantage of that percentage off that we're giving you for viewing today, and you could take advantage of it. This is definitely Tatiana. Dominique Stewart wants to know, would having a second handpiece be good to have it on hand? Do you sell them separate?
Yes, we do, and I always recommend, not only do I recommend the extended warranty, but I always recommend getting a second e-file, because you are going to have it serviced. It may take 10 business days, it may take up to 20, depending upon our time of year.
Yeah.
So you need a backup.
This brings me to another question I have about servicing. Now, some people say, why does it take so long, or could it take so long? Like, give the viewers an idea of what you have to do to make beyond putting all this back together.
Okay, so you're shipping it out. It leaves your house through the post office on Monday. Well, we all know snail mail. It's going to take us 5 days to get it.
Can't do anything about that.
Can't do anything about that. But once it gets in, it takes usually 1 to 2 days for us to put it in our system and get on my shelf. Okay, and then from there, it usually takes about 5 to 7 business days before my technician can actually get to it. And then it takes about 24 hours for me to contact you via email, phone call, whatever your preference was. Okay.
So a lot of it isn't Dr. Erin's fault. And I know some of you are really emotional when you don't have your handpiece. I call her Dr. Erin not just because she's repairing our babies, but she's also like dealing with really upset customers sometimes.
The stress, and I totally understand.
Yeah.
I get it. I want to get it back to you as soon as possible.
Yeah. I'll never forget the first day. You know, my first U-Power 200 back in the 90s, back then had 2 brushes in it. Maybe you can explain what those are.
The carbon brushes, yeah. Basically, the carbon brushes make contact with the cord and the motor.
Right.
So
when those wear down, what happens?
You don't have power.
It stops. So you don't know it's going to stop.
Right.
It just stops. There's no slowdown for a couple of days. I was in the middle of doing a customer and it stopped. And like most of you who've ever gone through this, I did oh my God, gotta cancel my clients. What am I gonna do? Haven't hand filed in a gazillion years. There's no way I can keep to my schedule. Yeah, it was a panicky moment.
I believe it.
It was because I wasn't sending it in for updated.
But you know what? That was the 90s. This is 2017.
Yeah.
There was no excuse.
I wasn't educated. Nobody told me I should send it in. In fact, I didn't even send it in because it wasn't even Dr. Erin then.
No way.
You were like an egg.
I was like in high school.
I sent it to a small motor repair guy or something.
In those days, that's what you did.
Yeah,
I don't even think there was a repair department.
Yeah, my heart sunk. So just keep in mind that a lot of the time constraints are out of Dr. Erin's hands, and that when she does get it, she's doing her best as well as the rest of our team. You're not a solo person in this venture. We still have Lalo.
We still have, we have our #1 technician has been with us 20 years.
Yeah.
I mean, the guy can take these things apart and put it back together blindfolded with the flu on Mars, you know?
Flu. Let's see if I have any other questions. Oh, my first was the Vicki Peters Efile. I still have it. Not using it for services anymore. That makes me go,
Save it.
Save it. Put it in a pretty box and put it on a shelf so everybody can see it because that one's a special. We're getting closer to picking a winner time. I don't know if my phone is on the camera at all. I want to make sure I'm not missing any others. Oh, dropping we talked about. Motor and spindle is an issue, and the concentric. I want to see if I have any other questions that I was ready for. Why does it take so long was on my list. Notify. Do you notify them when you receive the machine, or what's the process?
Yes, they are notified by email through a ticket service that we have through Fresh Desk. It just lets you know that we have received it. And it does tell you it'll be approximately, 5 to 10 business days, 10, 20, whatever, wherever we're at right now.
Yeah.
Like, since we had a long holiday, we're probably looking about 15 to 20 business days right now.
And I always suggest, too, if you need to contact us, please contact us by phone or even emails. But
email me.
I'm saying that because we get a lot of people who Facebook us. And for me, getting Facebook messages is kind of like looking for a needle in a haystack, hoping I haven't missed something. So, Erin, you should contact Erin by email, which is
correct.
Erin,
Erin, at KUPA Inc., KUPAINC.com.
Yeah.
And I answer my emails all day, every day. So
awesome. Now, if everybody else doesn't have any questions, I'm going to move to the wrap up and the winner and all that. So glad getting these tips and info before I get my Phantom. Very informative. I think so too, Bianca. And I hope you love your Phantom, because I know you will. All right. Anna is asking again. And by the way, I'm going to tip you all off onto something I keep doing. When I see you guys write the word drills, I'm changing it with e-files. It's a little bit of Elaine's pet peeve because we are the Bentley of e-files. I'm sorry, I'm going to say it. That's how I believe it. We are. And so, you know, drills is a common term, and it's an industry term. I'm never going to say don't ever, ever, ever use it, but save it for the crappy drills.
You know,
Don't
I have
call
a problem
KUPA
too.
a
I
drill.
do.
It's
Yeah.
a electric file.
It's
a Bentley.
I try to say e-file, but
Yeah.
you know the D
E-file.
word does
I'll
slip.
take e-file.
so-
The D word I cringe. But anyways,
Right.
I was getting there some. Annie is saying, how often should we service our e-files? We said it earlier, but she might not have been
That's
here. We
okay.
should say it again.
Always recommend six months to a year, and then we'll assess the situation. Then we may have to have it sent in more.
Oh, good. Oh, Shirley Ann is cute. I have to share Shirley Ann. Richard actually saw it on his phone. He's running the camera. Really learned a bit today. She says, no pun intended. Ha ha. Thank you. I learned a bit today. Listen, I've been using eFile since 1995 when I was 5 years old. And I have never seen the inside of a handpiece because I am that goody two-shoes who does as she's told most of the time.
And we appreciate that.
Yeah,
Thank you.
All right, I think it's time that we start doing our wrap-up. I want to say this has been a fabulous episode. I think sometimes it doesn't always have to be about making pretty nails, but the tools we use to make the pretty nails. And I just think this is the most important tool in my arsenal.